Four in the rain, so not a fan of this bridge. No one around. Fucking incredible mountain. Guys, this is great water. Hey, you did it. We can nag. So pretty cool. You need a little bit more pressure. You are enough and you have you. Psych yourself out to say that you can do it. You can pretty much do anything.
Holy crap, what an intro video. That is awesome. Well, everybody, welcome back to the Anger Nation podcast. And as you probably guessed, we have the awesome, always awesome, Genega on tonight with Sue in the house and Mr. Bob T. Toombs, the man himself. For everybody out there, Donnie is he couldn't be on tonight. He was going to try. He did physical therapy this afternoon, and it kind of wiped him out. Russ, can we throw that up real quick for Donnie? I want to remind everybody that the GoFundMe for Donnie is still up. We're still trying to raise some money for him to help him out. He's about to receive his last paycheck because he can't work, so you don't get paid. So if you guys can help out Donnie, $5, whatever, $10, whatever you send his way, it'll help him out. He's part of the family, and we got to look out for each other because nobody's going to do it for us. So with that said, how you doing, Jax?
I am great. I'm great. I'm busy. At this exact moment in time, I'm exhausted. But I'm great. How are you?
Like you said, busy. With all this free time I had on my hands, I decided to start a utility company. So that's I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And to be honest, Donnie and me have been talking about starting this company for some time. And when his surgery happened and the complication that arose from it, which is C5 palsy, for those who are wondering what's wrong with him, he has no use of his left arm and very little use of his right arm. So his sex life is in the toilet. But
he'd have it no other way.
He'd have it no other way. But
right.
But this was something he's been wanting me and him to do for a while. And when this happened to him, I knew that his recovery was going to take longer than anybody would be willing to support him out of work, company wise. So I was like, well, I need to start one that'll support him even if he's not working, because Donnie goes on the payroll day one and starts getting paid. So that's what we're doing. But not trying to sidetrack that. I just want to make sure everybody out there knows, we got to help each other out, guys. No one's going to help us out. We got to do it for each other. So Jackson's going to be at Mountain Readiness, everybody. She's got some awesome courses. Yes. Some good ladies courses.
Tell us about it.
Yeah. What is your master plan for Mountain Readiness 2025?
Do you want me to refresh your memory? You got it.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know, T. Where's the schedule? T?
There's a schedule. It's just not an hour per hour schedule.
There's rumors. I've heard rumors. It's like an urban legend.
It is 2 weeks out, man. 2 weeks out.
Yeah, I know, bro. I'm just gonna screw with you. So anyway, we're not here to talk to T. We're here to talk to Jax. So, what's your plan for Mountain Readiness? Because I know you have one, probably.
I do have a plan for Mountain Readiness. My plan is to hopefully get there early to set up a navigation course for the 3-day nav intensive that I'll be teaching right after the event, that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. But during the event, I'm doing my token plant and tree walks.
Nice.
And I think one of the reasons why I love doing those walks on that property in particular is that it's so unbelievably diverse.
That piece of dirt really is diverse. There's microclimates there. There's a lot to that piece of land.
Yeah, and like there's trees that you see there that like you wouldn't think would pair together, like when you're seeing like a white pine next to a sourwood tree, it's like that's not supposed to happen.
Yeah.
So it's really like I love teaching plant walks in general and medicinal tree walks in general, but on that property in particular, like the breadth and the variety is so interesting and extreme. But then also I'm going to be doing something a little bit different this year where I'm adding compass anatomy as a course that I'm offering during the event, with the possibility of actually doing some dead reckoning through the woods, of actually taking that knowledge. We've learned how to use compass. Now let's actually apply it.
Yep.
And then I think I might be doing like a friction fire for women module as well. So just focusing on like fire roll, bow drill, hand drill, and the bamboo fire saw.
Oh, the good old bamboo fire saw. That's one of my favorites. Alan taught me that one, and I was like, "Holy shit, this is cool!" Like that.
It is really cool.
It's really cool because you can take one single stick of bamboo, say 3 feet long, and you have your fire material, your ignition source, and your tinder. You just gotta do a little work to it, but you got tinder and ignition source right there.
Yeah, it's really intimidating. I think much like the hand drill, it can be really intimidating, but it's all about its materials. It's just as long as you have the right materials.
Prep. Yep. What I like about the fire saw, like a hand drill is a last ditch. Like I'm gonna freeze to death tomorrow if I don't get this done. I'll try a hand drill because I hate doing them. I just don't like Alan. You watch Alan do one. It's like watching the Lord himself do it. It's magical to watch him do it. But the fire saw, because it's easier. For me, I found students find the fire saw easier because it's all just upper body strength, and they're not trying to balance that bearing block and keep their drill right. And I mean, you got to pin that one piece against your chest in the ground, but then it's just all upper body strength. You're just down. So I think some people find it easier, and to me, it's quicker than the others. I can get a coal with that faster than I can anything.
Yeah, it's all about the right materials and posture, and I think it's really intimidating, but it's really not. And I think that's one of the reasons why I like teaching friction fire specifically for just women, is because I think that there's a lot of like conditioning that goes into it. Like, oh, that looks too tough. And it's like, no. It's really not. It's like we actually have an advantage for friction fire. We can actually achieve, if you look at these things as machines, instead of using the weight in a man's chest, we can use the weight that we carry in our hips to achieve the same results. So anyway.
Absolutely. So I want to take your weed walk. I want to go on your weed walk with you when we're there. So I'll have to duck away from my table and sneak off and go do that. Because we can learn more. You know more about plants than I do. I'm not too bad, but I know you're better. So I'm definitely gonna take your weed walk. Sue, is Charlie coming this year? Is Pineland?
I don't think so. I think he's already booked another class somewhere else.
Oh shit.
I don't think he's going to show up at all.
Are you going to be there?
I hope to be. Yeah, I've got a couple. I do consulting and everything, and I'm supposed to go. Carl's mad at me right now because I'm supposed to go down to Suffolk down there in Tampa. On the 8th.
Suffolk.
I'm going to be there the 8th. But
8th of what? May?
Yeah.
Fuck. I got into Suffolk once. Don't ask me how I got through the door.
It's not locked in yet, so I plan on being at Mountain Readiness, and I'm just going to hang out with the Troy's Gate guys and everything. So.
Yeah, I got to talk to Randy when I'm up there.
Jack's, I'll watch Jack's fire starting skills and things like that because, a lot of people in the military, we did survival classes and everything like that, but we didn't get real good at doing some of the stuff that that Alan Kay and Jack's are good at because we weren't allowed to have fires.
Yeah. No, you're not. You're not allowed to have fires. We were out. I was out at Sage one time, Sue. Since you brought that up, I was out at Sage one time, and it was colder and shit. And the Americans, because that's what we call them, because we're not Americans in Sage. I belong to a different country. But the Americans had a fire in their camp because it was just so damn cold. And somehow or another, as they said, a wet rock got into their fire and blew that fire all over the camp. That son of a bitch blew up. And our XO lost his shit and went after for it, but it was hilarious. That thing did. It blew that fire out. Boom! Shit was everywhere. But good times. That's why you're not supposed to have a fire out there. So, have we promoted Anthony Bonet?
Anthony Bonet?
Have we put them on? Do we even have a thing made for him yet?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Oh, shit.
The Russ of Oz is the only one that would know that stuff.
Well, and I'm not going to throw it on him right now, but yeah, so we're going to have live entertainment this year.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Anthony Bonet himself, the husband of the always incredible Holly Bonet. They'll be at Mountain Readiness. I'm looking forward to that. They're awesome people. Some of you guys know them and have talked to them, but never met. And this will be the time. You're going to get to meet her for the first time too, right, T? You've never met Holly.
Yeah, that's me. I've never met Holly or Anthony. So yeah, we're doing a little benefit dinner for Billy and the Living Soil Foundation, and then right directly after that, we're going to have live music there with Anthony. It's going to be a good time.
Hell yeah, I'm looking forward to that. He's a hell of a musician. So, Russ, I put that on the screen for you. I'm just letting you know. I'm going to tell you. I put it on there for you. I know he's giving me the finger right now. Yeah, we're gonna try to get in. Well, it depends on Mel's got surgery. But I'm gonna try to get in like the Wednesday before, and get set up so we'll be there and be ready and
nice.
Get it racking and rolling. And we're gonna do a collective big podcast, right, T? We're all gonna just kind of combine it, stream it across everybody's. Yeah, that way we could bring in people like Sue could sit down and talk, or Jax could sit down and talk, or any of the Franklin Horton or whoever is around,
Yeah,
Brush Beater, Matt.
We've got a bunch of cool people that will jump in on this too, because we've got Nick Italiano from Recoil Off Grid Magazine is going to be walking around doing some filming and video.
I think I've met him before because I know some of the Recoil guys. So.
Awesome dude. Talked to him for a little bit. Patrick couldn't make it. He's going to try to make it next time. He's at there. He's booked up at the CanCon stuff they were doing in Arizona. And then we've got Derek from Prepper Press is going to be there. He's going to be running around. We've got Walt from the Distinguished Savage podcast.
Oh, really?
Is going to be there as well. So I told all these guys, I was like, hey, jump over here at the Angery Shack and we'll all do, lives and just, bring people in, bring instructors in.
Yeah.
And, I think it'd be fun. Get all the different guys talking all on live right there streaming from the campground. I
think it'll be even cooler to have the guys and the girls there at the same time. Just say it.
Well, the gals.
Yeah, there's no ladies. I can't call Mel a lady. If you call Mel a lady, she'll correct you in a hurry. She's not one, and she'll tell you. Right? Like, don't call me that. And if you call her ma'am, she'll damn sure correct you. So, I got my cousin
I'll remember
in the house tonight. There we go. Look right here, Jax. This is why they're all here tonight.
Oh, yeah. What are you going to
know? Yeah. Hey, if you guys got questions for Jax, just do #Jax in your comment, post it, and we'll talk about that. Where have you been lately? I mean, what have you been up to and what's coming up for you? Because I know you're always all over the damn place. You're hard to keep track of.
I am. And, I do this to myself. I'm all over the place. Currently, I'm in Watkinsville, Georgia. I'm on the Georgia Bushcraft property.
I love it up there.
Yeah.
Well, isn't demo days coming up?
Or demo days passed, but it was more of a virtual thing this year.
Okay. All right.
But the Georgia Bushcraft Spring Campout was last weekend. And
that's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah. And then prior to that, I had a women's class on the property, which went incredibly well. We actually sold out with 22 students.
Wow. That's a big class.
It sold out in January to the point that we actually have a second one happening at the end of April. And that one's on track to selling out. We've got 14 signed up for that.
Nice.
Yeah, and people are coming from all over. I mean, people are coming from New Jersey, Illinois. We had someone come in from Arizona. So they're growing in popularity. But this weekend, I'm teaching a land nav class, and which I'm also teaching at the Mountain Readiness event. A couple weeks ago, I was in Arizona, went to a Winter Count Skills Festival. Then I went to Texas, taught a women's class with Philip Liebel. I'm going back to Texas next week to go to the Sky Earth Gathering. Then back to then back to here, then Mountain Readiness, and then I'm going to the UK.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I'm teaching a class to all vets in the UK with a company called Staffordshire Bushcraft. And then I'm also going to be speaking at the Bushcraft show.
Wow.
Yes.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Well,
and then I'll be at Blade show.
Oh, you'll be at Blade? Well, so that leads right into what I was going to say. The always awesome Alan Kay will also be at Mountain Readiness this year, along with Frank from Knives by Hand, where there's going to be a pretty cool announcement. We've been sitting on this for months. We waited to do this announcement at Mountain Readiness instead of doing it ahead of time. So there is going to be a very presently limited count of these, but they're in production, so there'll be plenty more. But I'm not going to tell you guys what it is or nothing, but it's badass. I'm going to get one. I know I'm getting one. So there's some cool things coming up. We're going to do a big announcement there with Knives by Hand, who's somebody you'll start seeing more of. We're going to be promoting the heck out of them. But I'm not doing too much yet because we want to wait till the show to do the big reveal on what we got. So,
oh, well, now you're just teasing everyone.
Yeah, I know, and I hate to be that way, but I'm gonna. Well, I also have, Jack, something Alan and I are working on. I'm going to show it to you when I come to Mountain Readiness and get your input on it. I think you'll dig it. I think you're going to like this, and you'll think the same way that I do, that this thing will sell like gangbusters. It's
all right. Yeah.
It's a bushcraft. It is a bushcraft toolkit that'll let you build anything from a bowl to a cabin.
All right, I'm interested.
All in one roll. It's gonna be badass. It's gonna be
No, what a tease.
Yeah, I'm known for that, cliffhangers and teases and all that sort of shit. But yeah, so Alan, as you guys, some of you may know, don't know, Alan made a pilgrimage finally to Nepal. It's been something he's wanted to do his whole life. Me and him have talked about it for years, and he got the chance a few months ago and went for 3 weeks. He was over there, and they had just suffered severe flooding right before he went. And I contacted Sawyer Water Filters, told them that he was going, explained what happened in Nepal, asked if they'd be willing to send him some water filters to pass out. And big, huge props to Sawyer Water Filters. They immediately said, yes, absolutely. I said, all right, I'm going to connect you two. You guys work it out. I don't need to be in the middle. But they sent him a pile of Sawyer minis that he took over and handed out like Mardi Gras beads, just making people's day. Because to us, a Sawyer mini filter is something you pick it up as a second thought when you're at the register, at REI or Sports Authority, or well, Sports Authority don't exist no more, but whatever sporting goods store you go to. And we buy it maybe as an afterthought. Oh, I'll just take one of these in case. But to those people over there, they can't even get them. That doesn't exist there.
Right.
And clean water we take for granted, and over there, you see what happens to people who are not drinking clean water. You see the effects on them. You see the effects on the villages they live in and stuff like that. So it's pretty rough. And so to be able to do that, just that little bit, it also endeared him to the Nepalese he dealt with, because he wasn't a white guy looking to come take anything from them. He was looking to bring to them. And the story's really cool. And one of these days, I'm going to get him to sit down and we're going to talk about it. But that'll probably happen after Mountain Readiness. We'll do a podcast with Alan and just kind of talk about that trip, because so much stuff happened over there. That was really cool.
Yeah, I've been blessed to sit down with him, and he's talked quite a bit about it. And it's really amazing what he has done in the short time that he was there. But also, it's cool to witness someone like him have this like new calling to just go out there and support this community. And a lot of people don't realize it's like this community is legendary. It's like people come from this area, and it's like there's so much more. And it's, I think with everyone in the outdoor skills world, I think sometimes we also take for granted, obviously not just, our immediate needs like fire, shelter, water, but like the tools that we all love, like where they trace and where they come from.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people don't know about, where exactly does, the Scandi grind come from? Where exactly does the kukri come from? And what have you. So this is someone, Alan is someone who's been able to really create a mission in life and making a full circle and not only helping these people, but create awareness that there's, history and power in this land and people need to know about it.
Yeah, I'm not going to get into the details too much, but I'm going to say that he did something while he was there that changed the family's life forever.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just the littlest of gestures.
Right.
But it changed their lives forever. And they're thankful. They still talk to him. They still hit him up on WhatsApp. They still communicate. They're all still talking, all of them. So it's a really cool story. But I'm gonna let Alan tell it because no one can tell it better than he can.
Right.
Because he's a great storyteller to start with, and this is just a fantastic and amazing and incredible story. So looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Here we go, Jax. When do we get the Encyclopedia of Tree Knowledge? This guy hassles all our guests, so you don't really have to answer that question. I'm just saying.
With pictures, not like that one book that you have that has 0 pictures. That's like 18 feet thick with not a single
18 feet thick.
I'm not even kidding you. It's ridiculous, man. Like,
what book is it?
Show. If I'm sure it's sitting there.
It's
what book?
It's garbage. Is what that book
Bible. Native American ethnobotany.
Oh.
Right? Oh, this book is amazing.
Have you ever read a book called Woodsmoke?
No pictures.
Woodsmoke?
James?
No, I think I know of it, but
I need to look and see if I still have it or if I lost it in the fire. If I still have it, I'll bring it and show it to you. It comes from the same source as that.
Okay, great.
But it does have more pictures. That book had pictures, so T could read it.
Oh, this has no pictures.
Yeah, I need that.
Font.
Gary Bass in the house himself. Look at that. Y'all don't know that guy right there, but I'm going to tell you what. That is the coolest English cowboy you will ever meet in your life. You see him walking up to you, and you're looking like, oh, look at Big Tex. And he starts talking, and you're like, hello. Gary knows I'm fucking with him. But he's a great guy, good friend. And we're hoping to maybe see you, Gary, on our way to Montana in July. We're going to try to stop in. So some people read. coming from a guy named from a guy named Bullshit. Yeah,
I'm calling bullshit. What I'm
calling bullshit. So I want to get Sue's take on something real quick. We're going to step away from this for just a sec. Before we do, actually, Russ, let's run the Mountain Readiness promos that we have. Let's get those on the screen just to make sure everybody knows the dates, which if you don't know by now, you've been living under a damn rock. But there they are, May 2nd through the 4th, guys. Harmony, North Carolina, at the Van Hoy Family Campground. You want to be there. This I've attended a lot of events like this, and I will say this is the most fun event to go to. And it's my favorite. And I do others as well. Go ahead and knock it down, Russ. And but this one's the most fun. There's just a different feel to it, a different attitude to it. It's being done for the right reasons. A lot of the other ones, some of the bigger ones that some of you people go camp at, if you know what I'm saying, that's done for profit. And that's
a free for all. It's a free for all. That's what it is.
And
Mountain Readiness is.
Yeah, Mountain Readiness. Yeah, man.
It's a free for all.
Yeah,
we do everything.
Mountain Readiness is the WWE of the bushcraft training.
Pretty much it. Yeah,
coming off the ropes.
Just off the. I'll put that in the next advertisement I do. Off the ropes.
Off the ropes. Coming off the top rope, baby.
I think one of the reasons why it's such an amazing event, it's like you can have, Mel of the Mountains making buckskin over here, and then Carl teaching AR-15 classes over here, and it's like. Everybody's interested. Everybody gets along. It's a great time. It's a passion for self-reliance. It's super fun event.
Like-minded people. Everybody's always happy. I don't think we've ever had like a bad egg show up, have we?
No,
like nobody.
We've had zero. I mean, I'm sure someone's gotten mad at somebody, but I've not witnessed it. I don't know of anyone that's had any real issues other than.
I know one, but we won't bring that up.
Well, there
Think
is
about
that T didn't put toilet paper in the bathrooms. There wasn't enough toilet paper in there.
No,
I got a few of those.
You need to go on Amazon, order that mega roll. It's like a 3-foot diameter roll of toilet paper, and hang that bitch in there and be like, now tell me ran out. And I'm talking about somebody else, but we'll mention that later.
Yeah, you actually unroll it. It's like a big hay bale. It's like a round bale. You just
unroll it. I've got to push it around and unroll it.
Yeah. That way nobody steals it.
And right here, guys, we even have Battle Gnome himself. That's right, guys. The actual Battle Gnome himself. We'll be doing some combo classes. And he's putting a lot of effort into this, folks. It's isn't something that he's just like, hey, I'll teach class too. This is legit. This guy works in the world of military communications and radio. He knows what he's doing. He's the guy I call questions, him or Nick Meacher. Are the two guys that I rely on when I need questions for radios. And it's going to be a great class. He is from the military, so there is a PowerPoint. No, I'm fucking with y'all. The PowerPoint's good. You need it for what he's going to be showing you. But yeah, we're going to have our very own Battle Gnome himself teaching some radio. And
then Battle Gnome and Nick, actually, I've been talking with those two Friday. They're going to be doing some extras too. They got all the one-time pad stuff that they're going to be doing.
Yeah.
So we got there's a bunch.
I had to put it up.
I seen it.
I know you did. Yeah. Let me see. I'm just trying to catch up on.
But that was after the fact, though. That wasn't at the event. So technically, that didn't happen at the event either.
Oh, that wasn't even you. That was Sue's.
Oh, that was some other.
And Sue owes me for that one. That was Sue, because Sue sent that to me. So, Sue, you owe me for that one.
There you go, Sue.
I thought everybody was mad at me for bringing those roosters.
No, we don't care.
No, they were that as well. I
don't know how they got a pardon, but
I totally forgot about
them to be executed.
They're still alive. They're still kicking, man. They're living the good life.
You owe me for sending that frog to my house. That's what you owe me for. Fucker. Stu looked around and was like, this guy's batshit crazy. Call Chris. He'll take him. What the fuck, man? I mean, anyway. We're better now.
Everybody's good.
Yeah, it's all good.
He showed up at my house.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Gotta love it.
That's too. Of course, it's a pole dancing class. Thank you for catching that, Russ.
There we have it.
That is awesome. T, are you going to take that?
Sure.
You look a little.
Hey, man, I can spin around a pole with the best of them. I ain't scared.
Hey, I'll tell y'all right now, if you get a pole, I have a portable one I can bring. I mean, it's not a stripper pole, but it's a portable.
I was going to say, that thing ain't going to handle 260. It ain't happening.
Oh, no, it's an actual portable stripper pole. It'll do it. But we might be able to get Vanilla Thunder on stage, and that's a treat for anybody who sees it. Is all I got to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
So, the rhythm.
I mean, Sue, how about you, Sue? You probably cut some rug back in the day. Like, no,
me?
Yeah.
I was the best dancer. They called me the Fred Astaire of Colorado. I was a good dancer.
Fred Astaire of Colorado.
Yeah.
Oh man. Boy, all kinds of good stuff.
Yeah, Kelly's got a message for you.
I saw that. Kelly's got a message for you. Cracked me up. No, I needed that. I needed a good laugh. I'm kind of depressed this week. I got held up at Lowe's. Yeah, so I went to Lowe's. Yeah, I was looking at a lot of that stuff that we were talking about when I was down there. You know, the business you're getting into and everything. And so I was looking at equipment and everything, and I came back out to the parking lot, and this guy got the jump on me, and I had a pistol stuck in my face, and he's like, "Your money or your life?" And I looked at that that pistol, and I was looking down the barrel of that pistol, and I just looked at him and started laughing. And I was like, dude, I'm married.
Yeah. No, sorry, bro. Here's $5. And he walks away.
Yeah. He gave me $5. I said, here's $5. Go buy a beer.
Yeah, that's what I mean, man. I feel the pain, bro.
So, that made me realize what my status is in life.
Lordy mercy, Lordy mercy. Weird. Are you guys seeing comments with nothing in the box? That's kind of strange. Mr. Matthew King up there posting but not saying nothing.
Maybe
you
just fat fingered it.
Yeah. Have you found a new food vendor yet, T? Has that been resolved?
No, but Shane is gonna go ahead and bring his ride. So I got the full Creaky Tree Cafe again. So
we do.
We do. I talked to him last week. I was about time, So
did you tell him that he stays at the grill and Beth works the window? And
that's a given. That's a given. Like, I don't even have to say that anymore. He already knows.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, that's exactly how that goes.
You talk about somebody with no filter. Like that dude has me and my buddy Calvin he went with me to Miami, and he knows Shane too. And we were talking about him today, driving down the road. Can't wait to see them two. Actually, it's been a while.
Matt Everett does the best Shane.
Oh yeah,
dude, he's got it down pat. He's like, yo, dog. He's like, yo, I'm a Kenzo, man.
And the funny thing is, Matt met Shane the first time at an RTO course down here, hosted on my buddy's property in Jennings, Florida, and that's where we met Shane. And so, I got my camper there. This is RTO class, but I'm like, fuck. Mel came to, so we set up our camper, and everybody else is bringing tents and shit. And Shane pulls up in his old raggedy F-250, and class is over for the day, and everybody's kind of, getting something to eat, doing shit. The drinking is starting, and he's like, well, I guess I better set up my camp. And he walks over, and I was already looking at this guy like, who the fuck is this dude? This dude's
barefooted.
Like I say about some people, he vibrates to a different frequency than the rest of us, And he's walking around barefoot, and he goes over to his truck and he pulls a tarp out and throws it over the bed. And I'm like, "Is that all you're doing?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "This dude's out of his fucking mind, man!" Like, but it was a week class. We were out there for 5 days, I think it was. It was a long one. But by the end of it, like, I was like, all right, now I see this guy. I see who he is now. We had a great time, and the dude Shane makes the best whiskey sours that you will ever have the good fortune of tasting.
Yeah. Well, now we're doing a Levante grazing table, whatever. I mean, that's for the Living Soil Foundation, that benefit dinner.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's $50 a head. You get you a couple drinks plus just a full spread. It's like a community table, right? They're just going to be all kinds of food. You just grab and make your own plate. And man, the stuff that he's got going on is going to be fire now. So check it out. And then it's, of course, all the proceeds are going to a great cause. Billy with Perm Pastures Farm. Of course, he'll be there that night as well. And the soil remediation and it's expensive. All the soil testing that they're doing there, spruce pine all through there, the contaminated dirt. It's just a mess still, which I was just through there. I was just on Billy's show here a couple of weeks ago, drove through there on 40. Man, there's still people in tents all over the place, like right off the interstate. You can see it all over the place, big heaping piles of trash. And so, Billy, we're trying to get money together, because I think soil samples at $6,000 to $8,000 every time they send in for samples. It's just,
and that's bullshit. That's bullshit. Down here in Florida, you got to get a soil test done before you build homes, buy property and shit. It's cost $400 fucking dollars.
Yeah,
$400. Now I just talked to somebody who's still working up there. They're still going through debris piles, and so this was probably 2 weeks ago, and he had said that in that week alone, they had found 4 bodies. They're still finding them.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
So
no, it's bad, and I don't even, we'll never know the number. They'll never come out with an actual number, but
no, they'll never release that.
That's why we're doing this. Is it's close to home. I mean, right in our backyard, just an hour over in Ashe County was hit really hard, as well as down by Sue. Sue worked all that. Him and Troy, all that mess. Billy is still, everybody loves to do the cool guy stuff, but now it's over. And most everybody's went home and they're like, oh, okay, that's that. But it is, what Billy's trying to do now is where the real work goes in, trying to clean up those messes.
Yeah.
And Christy, T, I used the rock pot. By the way, rock pot will be back this May, which means there'll be another rock pot up for raffle.
Awesome. Hang on, I'm trying to find something. Keep that going. I got something that I want to mention here, but my brain doesn't work all the time, and I need to.
There's my lovely wife. She said, who's messaging from it's not too often Amber jumps on here. It's because of Jax is what it is. She never get on here with me, but Jax is on here. So, by the way, Sue, I have you on the schedule to teach class for tracking, right? Like, so you have to come. Like, people have been asking about you teaching tracking.
You have to come.
So you have to come. Yeah, tracking. Like everybody's like, I can't wait to take that.
I had a great time teaching tracking there last year. I mean, we did the
year before.
Was probably the funnest, but speaking of Jax, we would let her go through before us. Charlie and I would just let her go through with her class, and then we would do our explanation of tracking and everything. And we would just follow them when they were doing their little tree walk and everything.
Well, there you go.
So,
I gotta call Charlie and see what's going on, man. Because I thought he was going to be in Texas. I thought he was working down there.
I think that was supposed to happen. That's still, all this is up in the air. I've got so many irons in the fire, and none of them are getting warm. You know what I mean?
Well, I got one that's burning hot. Mountain readiness, 2nd through the 4th, tracking.
Yeah, all these other ones were supposed to be big paying jobs, and nobody's calling me back. So I guess I'll go to Mountain Readiness
and have fun. Yeah, and release some more cops and under.
I need to talk to your wife anyway, because I'm real proud of her. You don't brag about her enough. I mean,
what? All the time, man. It's like Chris is beating. He's in a fight with somebody.
Is she a judge or a magistrate now?
She's magistrate. So
yeah, she understands, victims of robbery like me that don't have a life or any money. So
yes. Well, and for that matter, you have to buy some more donuts. I don't know though, do donuts work on magistrates or only cops? Because last year you brought her donuts. You said, "I'm taking your wife." I'm like, well, there you have it. But now she's a magistrate. What do you entice magistrates with? I don't think you can get away with donuts.
I don't know. That's a good one.
You're going to have to dig into that to figure that out. And now, Jax, you were running the show, so
yeah, here we go.
Go ahead.
Welcome to the Angry Weird Podcast.
Well, obviously, Chris needs to reboot because he obviously looked like he kicked the mic.
It
camera
looked
down.
More like
But
he got into a big fight with somebody. He was like, you see it.
It may have been the prairie dog.
Oh yeah.
Who knows? But guys, up here in the upper left-hand corner, scan that QR code to help Donnie out. That goes to his GoFundMe. As Chris talked about earlier, for those of you that are just joining us. So, Sue, you are going to now, I guess you've been voluntold that you're going to teach tracking.
We already talked about that, though. We already talked about that, but it's been like 6 months ago. So, but now you have to.
I had brain surgery. I have an excuse.
Exactly.
You're old. That's your other one. But so, T, we talked about Anthony Bennett earlier. You have Anthony on Mountain Readiness Monday.
Monday, we're going to chit-chat about music and preparedness and all that kind of cool stuff. So it's going to be a good time. I can't wait to meet them. They're both awesome. Holly is awesome. There he is. Boom.
Yeah.
You should see the other guy.
No. If you saw this,
I get it.
Fucking
I
shit.
get it, man.
Russ has seen it. He knows. It's.
I blamed it on the prairie
her.
dog.
Shit, not totally not her fault. What I was looking
Mel,
for,
on the other hand,
was damn it, where'd it go? Here we go. All right, I wanted to ask T. I didn't know do you remember Stephanie Johnson?
Yes.
And you know she's got Rebuilding the Hollers Foundation.
Yep.
I haven't talked to her, but it just popped in my head. Have you talked to her about coming or anything?
The last I talked to her was there in Spruce Pines, and they were supposed to be coming, but it's all dependent on, with what she's got going on with rebuilding, that area that she lives.
Yeah.
Spruce Pine got tore up real bad. Everything around Spruce Pine.
What I was going to do is see if maybe we could just stick if a few people will be willing in their booths to just put some donation jugs up there that if they want to drop a little in, and we'll send it over to Stephanie. And,
I need to call her anyway and talk to her. And
I was going to call her, but if you want to do that, and let's do something for them, because they're doing a lot of work there. She stepped up day one in her community. Like right after the hurricane, they had to cut their way down the mountain with chainsaws to get out. And she just went into her pantry and grabbed a bunch of extra stuff. Now think about that. Hurricane just passed through, not her power out too. But her first instinct was, the people in my town are going to need some help, and I got a little bit extra. So she loaded up, and she just drove down to Rose's parking lot and set up. And anybody who came by and needed something, she'd give it to them. And that's how it started. That turned into a massive operation, which then led to the Rebuilding Hollers Foundation. It's a nonprofit, and it's run simply to, like she said, restore those hollers and help those people. So we definitely want to try to, put them up too. And next week, I'll make sure, Russ, I'll send you the thing. We'll have a graphic and all up there so everybody can understand what the Restoring Hollers Foundation is.
I have one built, but it's over in
StreamYard. Grab that. Well, we don't have StreamYard no more. We don't have StreamYard
I'll take care of it.
more. Okay,
I'll take care of it.
StreamYard is gone. So, all right.
I know. I've got it. I just can't get it.
I'll call her and get some media that I can put together for some donation jugs. We also have the Green Beret Foundation. They've got a raffle on a rifle. We're going to be raffling off there for them. We got all kinds of stuff going on in Mount
Who's doing that? I mean, who's representing?
Nick. Oh my gosh. Give me a second. Can't remember his last name. Sorry, Nick. You probably aren't watching anyway. But no, Nick, he was on my live here when I was out there working with Charlie. But Nick, he's Green Beret. He does like a bunch of stuff for the Green Beret Foundation for raising money, golf outings, stuff like that. He's going to come, and he's going to have a really nice rifle. It's a high-end bolt action. Going to be there that people can bid on, and of course, it all goes to a good cause.
That's cool. Well, I'm definitely going to have to buy a ticket on that because I got a soft spot for the teen guys.
That, and we have half of them there at Mountain Readiness. So,
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, they're the only part of the Army worth associating with. I mean, when it really has to get fucked up, they send Marines in, but we like Green Berets, so.
Hey, Chris, you're a good man, but a bad judge of character.
I went into a bathroom. Made this cannonball run to Miami today to pick up a tool. Coming back, we stopped at the rest area to take a quick whiz, and I washed my hands real fast. And I was coming around. It looked like I was coming from the urinals. This old fellow walks in there, and he's looking me up and down. He's like, "You want to wash your hands?" And before I could even say anything, he's like, in the Navy, they taught us to wash our hands after we went to the bathroom. And I just laughed at him. I'm like, well, the Marine Corps, they taught me not to piss on my fingers. And I just walked out the door. And I'd already washed my hands. Let me see.
There you have it. So so did you add the fire class then, Jax? Is that what we're doing? You're going to do all women's fire class at Mountain Readiness, then and Compass Anatomy.
We talked about it, and now I'm officially adding it.
It's officially added. All right. So text me, remind me of what that consists of.
One more thing on the schedule.
Yeah.
Always not fucking with you, T's, because Mel's always bitching about the schedule.
One more. I mean, all the events, though, very rarely do you see an event that's got like almost 80 to 100 classes that comes out with a schedule anywhere remotely far out. Usually it's, within a couple weeks of the event, that's when you get the schedule.
Yeah.
It's horrible because, man, if you have to change anything, then I get to sit there for 3 more hours redoing half the schedule. So, just like Jax, like I have the schedule almost done. Now she added this women's fire class. Now I got to sit here for a whole week redoing the whole thing.
Oh, shit.
See, but now there's hype around it.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a pass,
Mama Gnome's
guy.
like fire class. Yes.
I'm gonna give you a pass, guy. 80
Also,
seconds.
to answer Andrew's question, yes, I am doing classes in East Texas. Next week, I actually have a 1-day land navigation class. It's during the Sky Earth Gathering. That's on Wednesday.
We're at in East Texas.
Well, I guess it's sort of East Texas, maybe more central, but in Graham, Texas, which is like about an hour west of Fort Worth.
Is that with Philip out there as well, or is this on your own?
Philip will be at the gathering, but it's my class. And then in the fall, I will be doing a 3-day land nav intensive on that property as well. I don't have the dates for it yet, but on my website, Wildcard Wilderness, it'll be listed soon. So
cool.
Yeah. Texas is kind of becoming a new satellite for me. So I have Georgia, Texas, North Carolina, and Colorado.
Triangulate. Now, if I remember correctly, too, your compass anatomy class, we also have some deals set up with Survival Gear BSO.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Tell us about that, because that's cool.
Well, if you take the land nav class with me, you can get a 15% discount on your compass with Survival Gear BSO. But if you need to buy a compass for the compass anatomy course, Brian will be there with Suntos, where you can get an amazing deal on like a high quality compass, not like one of these $5. I mean, they still work, but if you invest in a good Sunto or good Silva, they're way more capable of a lot more things other than navigation.
Yeah, they'll also allow you to adjust declination, which is, which you have to do fucking daily right now. It seems like.
Oh my God, I was just talking about this with someone. That magnetic.
Oh, do tell. Well, explain this to us right now. I want to hear this.
Magnetic North is like approximately in the Hudson Bay, or has been.
Yeah.
But it's actually slowly migrating to Siberia.
It is not doing it slowly.
Oh yeah, it's not
slowly.
Right. And I was actually, I'm planning for my land nav course this weekend, and I've got the last time this property that I'm on right now was surveyed was in 1997, and the declination was actually a western declination, and now it's like starting to move, and it's like but like it's dramatically off, like it's jumping from 4 to 12. It's crazy.
Yeah. It's set, and I don't want to sound like one of the loons, but legitimately it could be a pole shift thing. I mean, our magnetic field, the entire field is shifting. That's what we're seeing. It's not just a spot up in the North Pole that's moving around. It's the entire magnetic field. What were you going to say, Sue? I didn't mean to cut you off, man.
No, Charlie and I just did a compass course in right across the line in Tennessee, and I noticed that when I was stationed down at Fort Benning, which is just south of me a few hours, the declination was 0, so you didn't have to worry about left add, right subtract, and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
But you're right; it's really drastically changing. So from I'm getting old, but in 30 years.
At this point, it's moved tens of miles. Like it is.
Yeah.
It's hauling ass now.
15 degrees in 30 years is a lot, guys.
It's a lot. Yeah.
So you really got to pay attention to what map you're using. If you're using a map from 1980, it might not.
Yeah, you're screwed.
You might find yourself.
Well, they always tell you if you get USGS maps, they always have that declination thing down there in the bottom that'll show you where and how many degrees they were then. So then you could do the math and be like, well, fuck, there are 4 degrees on this map today. We're at 12 degrees, so I'm just going to add 8 to everything, and I should be all right, Or you can go ahead and adjust your compass to 8, so you're not having to do math. That's the other thing about a good quality compass will allow you. There's a little tiny brass screw on the side of them, and tiny screwdriver in there, and you can turn that thing to force the needle to move to the correct declination of your north now. So, and that's what she's going to teach you in this class.
Charlie did it. Charlie's got a way too, where you can just take a ruler and go along that map and mark both sides of the ruler on the declination. And then when you're actually putting your compass on the map, you don't have to worry about converting. It does really well. It's a great method. There's a lot of them out there. So
I'm gonna have to take this class.
Yeah, if
I need this class.
No, if you guys haven't, that's what I'm saying. If you haven't done a compass course in a long, get in Jack's class or get with Charlie or whatever. But the techniques that these kids are using, I say, but the techniques they're using today is something I would have never thought about, 30 years ago, and it just makes too much sense. The problem I see is a lot of people, especially the military, they like to overcomplicate it. It's not that complicated.
No, well, they're gonna overcomplicate. Another thing we should always have set up out there, T, is a 100-meter pace count, and it needs to be on a slope, so they do it downhill and uphill, and then on flat ground too. So because you got 3 different paces depending on what you're walking, and you need to know that if you're going to be doing any sort of land nav, you've got to know your pace count, and we should have something set up out there for that. Like that's just part of go over to your pace count. What's your pace count? And get people to remember these things. You got to know what your flat ground pace count is, what your downhill pace count is, and what your uphill pace count is, because they all matter. They all matter.
Yep.
So there's something to add to it.
That's not funny.
Yeah.
We had the flat ground pace count set up over at Peak.
What was your pace? What's your pace count, Russ?
69.
See, mine's 67. So
mine's 65.
Yep.
Yeah. You're not taking longer steps than I am.
And one of the cats that I have actually has it written underneath the bill because that's the way we used to do it back in the day.
Mine's 72, not because I'm old, it's just because I'm the radio guy. Watch out, Battle Gnome.
Watch out, Battle Gnome.
Corey hit triple digits.
Corey hit triple digits. Well, here's another good point right here too. Then do these things with your ruck on your back and get your pace count as well, because your pace count is going to be not substantially, but 3, 4, 5 steps, even 7 for some people under load is going to change your pace count. So,
especially you have some of those packs like what we had at the Alan K class. Actually, a buddy of mine, Matt, his pack was almost 90 pounds.
Yeah.
But he passed everyone. I'm like, good night, man. That dude is an animal though on a trail.
Look, you could do that, and like we went on a hike. We did a little 6-miler with Pete and some folks down here. Mel is not a hiker. She'll let you know now that she's never doing that shit again.
I saw that.
Because my ruck was about 45 pounds. I had hers at about 26 or 27, and I carried both of them for quite a while. So,
atta boy,
yeah,
that's digging in.
But she did good. I was proud of her actually. She got all the way out there and all the way back. So, 90 pounds makes you back. Yeah, it makes my knees hurt just thinking about it too, man. But,
Matt passed us all though. Like he come flying up next to me. He was like, "Man, this pack is way too heavy," and then he passed us all. I'm like, except for Alan. Of course, Alan was like, skip to my loo.
You ain't kissing
my loo all over the place. He was literally like skipping. He has both his hands in his pocket, whistling, doing this little skip thing around everybody. I'm like,
around. So everybody's walking this way. He's coming down the line.
He's going like this. He's
doing from the back. Yeah, it just goes right past them again. It comes right back around. And they're all
he was doing that. It was like the planetary solar system. There's the next eclipse. Yeah, it was crazy.
That was a really fun class.
That was a great class. That was a great class. I really enjoyed that. We got to do another one of those.
I really wish we could have been up there for that. I wanted to be, but
I will die where I am. Come on, Mel. Yeah, we ain't gonna let you die. We ain't gonna let you die.
We're hiking at one point. She's like, "We've got everything we need to camp. Let's just stay right fucking here." I'm like, "Okay." But
well, and that was only. I mean, you guys were barely in the woods when she said that.
No. We were at the halfway point. We were about the halfway point.
I'm just messing with. I'm just messing with.
Small water crossing you had to do, and it was a beautiful little area. That'd have been cool staying right there. It's a neat spot. But we went on ahead and went in, but then coming out, she would stop. She'd be like, "I'm going to throw this thing in the fucking woods. I don't need anything in it. I'm never doing this shit again." I'm like, "No, you're not. That's a $300 ruck you're carrying, and my night vision's in there, so you're taking that." So
I wish I was there. I would have took that. Here, let me get. Let me.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me that bag. Yeah. It has some cool.
Let me lighten your load there.
Hey, I kept pushing as light as I could. I carried as much of everything as for the two of us, But it was good to get out there and do it. We had a nice time. It was fun at the camp. Everybody, you got to get out there and do that shit because, like you said, Matt's got a 90-pound ruck. That was probably the farthest he ever walked with that ruck on his back, right, Matt? Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that was the furthest. Yeah, this was a different Matt though. This Matt runs Spartan races. Oh yeah, this guy he wins Spartan races, like he wins them, and that's why it pisses me off too. Every time he's like, "Come on out and come over and let's work out, man," and I'll get over there and it's like a chalkboard with 85 different exercises, and each one is 50 repetition, 50 repetition. I'm like, dude, I can't even get through the first 3 of these, man.
I'm stoked. Yeah.
Yeah. What are you talking about? Yeah, that guy is a beast. But he did say the pack was a little heavy, but still he was running all over the place. 90-pound pack.
I've carried some heavy. The heaviest ruck I ever toted was 119 pounds.
Ooh, grief.
Well, mission critical equipment. There's shit that had to go for what we were doing, and so I carried it. I wasn't fast. I wasn't fast, but I got there. I made it. So, but that like killed me. When I dropped that son of a bitch, I thought I was going to float away.
Yeah.
Like you drop that much weight off your back, you literally feel like you're floating into the air.
I'd have needed a mission critical pack mule. That's what I'd have needed.
Mission critical pack. Yeah. I need a tactical llama stat.
Yeah. 40 pounds was too much. I was around the same. I was like 35, 40 pounds. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But
because it was funny. We're packing to go, and one of the things I'm telling you, Mel, because a lot of people already know this. One of the things she wanted to take was a fucking electric blanket, and my EcoFlow River battery system, power pod, powered all night. I'm like, you gonna carry that shit? She's like, I'll carry it. I'm like, no, you fucking won't. I'm like, forget that. Let's do it. She's like, I'm taking this. I'm like, you gotta carry it. And that's what I just started saying to her. Everything, you gotta carry it. You gotta carry it. So she lightened her bag considerably after that. And yeah.
Nice.
Not a fan. But she did it, and she knows she can do it if she has to. And that really counts. So
that's right. If the going gets tough.
What the hell? So I'm just curious with these two. So I could eat 50 Oreos. I could eat 53. So, and I'm going to give a shout out. Suzanne's. I don't see Suzanne in here tonight, but she hiked in with us too. No. Amy Jenny saying 40 pounds is heavy for a 116-pound gal, but I can do 2 miles if I have both straps on. Well, why the hell wouldn't you have both straps on if you're right? But Susan went in there with us. And she had a 6-pack of beer and canned food in her ruck. When she got home after the trip, her ruck weighed 45 pounds.
After the trip?
After the trip. And she didn't complain. She just put her head down and marched on. So I got to give her huge props.
Was she drinking the beer while she was hiking too, though? Because she's lightening her load as she goes. She's like, 1 beer, 2 beer. There's another 16 ounces off.
Well, the funny thing was, like, Pete and Melissa come walking up. Melissa's got a bag in her hand with a bunch of beers in it. She's like, anybody want a beer? And I looked at her, and it's sweating. I can see it's cold. I'm like, did you carry that shit in here? And she's like, yeah. And so they're passing out beers. I'm like, what the fuck? No, a trail angel left them. A trail angel hiked into that area and set down a cold 6-pack and walked off. And I was like, that's the coolest thing in the world, you know?
Oh, yeah.
We had taken a cocktail mix out so that it was Suzanne's birthday at the same time. So we'd taken a cocktail mix and some flask of stuff out there with us. And I gave it to her to the fire one night. I said, this is for your birthday. This is for, have a birthday cocktail out here in the woods on us. So it was pretty neat. Let me just get caught back out here. But never again.
Never again. Now,
yeah, but it sounds to me like over there in the chat that we're going to have an Oreo eating contest between FIB.
Bring it on.
And
that sounds like you need to do that at Mountain Readiness.
I'm gonna tell you, Mel is not going to be in the 53 Oreo eating mood when she gets to Mountain Readiness. She ain't gonna be able to do that. She's not gonna be able to do that.
Gonna have to find somebody else to stand in her stead.
Amy Jennings, I did that. Not only did I do that with both of my straps on, I was also carrying a pack on my chest when I did it. So you could do it. Let me see where we're at. Wow, we went a little long tonight, guys.
Yeah.
Jax, what do you want to tell folks? Where do they go to find you? Where can they come and learn from you and just be in the presence of your awesomeness, other than Mountain Readiness?
Well, definitely Mountain Readiness. I would say visit my website, wildcardwilderness.com.
She's an awesome video editor, guys. Check her videos out. Like,
yeah.
What a lot of people don't. Jax did this professionally at a high level. Her videos are badass. Like your intro, I was like, that's cool.
Oh, thanks.
Like, that's good.
Very cool.
Yeah, no, I was.
Thank you for letting me steal it.
Oh yeah.
We'll run that as a promo periodically for you. That's just now. That's just going to be part of our. We'll work it in every now and then. It's going to be a constant. Yeah. It's that good. I just like watching it. So
yeah, it was important to me that it was fun. That it had powerful messaging, but it was also fun. I think that I think in the world of what we all teach, in the world of survival or preparedness or what have you, we all lean a lot towards fear-based instruction. But also, it's important to still have fun and be fun. So, anyway.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So, wildcardwilderness.com. Just rebuilt my website. I'm very proud of it. So, yeah, there's a calendar page. And then also, you could search my courses and events. You can filter by location or what it is that you want to learn. So, if you want to take bushcraft classes or plant classes or survival classes, it'll circulate. So, and then that's also my social media handle on all the things. It's Wildcard.
On all the things. You can find her on all the internet of things right there. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing you up at Mountain Readiness. It's going to be fun to hang out for a little while. It's going to be a good time.
Likewise. I'm so excited. I can't believe it's so soon.
Yeah.
Man, no doubt.
Right?
3 weeks.
I can't believe it's April 9th right
and there's
now.
No schedule.
I've been working on this. I'm trying to get this fucking book done.
I know. It's like I have to go from Georgia to Texas, back to Georgia, then to North Carolina. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Yeah. It's going to be a great time. And it'll be great to see you all.
Oh, Mountain Readiness is always a great time. It's that one you can cut loose at and really have a good time at. So,
yeah, super fun.
Like T said, we're coming off the top rope, folks, this year.
It's going to be good.
We're in for some shit.
It's going to be good.
Someone came up with the idea earlier today. We were having a conversation about my former life as a film editor, right? And he was like, I just can't really picture you like wearing makeup and heels and dresses. And I was like, that was half my life. And he's like, I think there has to be a way that you somehow like teach friction fire and heels. And I'm like, no. No. So anyway.
Sounds like a fundraiser.
I was going to say. A fundraiser.
Yeah.
We'll get Jax out there in the heels and a skirt, and a nice, get her a nice pantsuit, and
maybe Sue will jump in on that. Some heels, get some heels on Sue. So you like playing dress up?
Only if I can join the women's swim team, so I can actually win a trophy.
Yeah.
You just want to watch it all change in the locker room, too. You ain't fooling nobody. T, what do you got for everybody tonight, man? I know we got Mountain Readiness coming up. It is right around the corner, guys. If you haven't got your tickets yet,
what are you waiting on? Jump on there. That's what I got. I got 3 weeks to come up with a hour for hour schedule that I keep getting beat up on. I feel like Chris with this book. Like, where's the schedule at? When's the book gonna be done? But no, it's gonna be a good time. We've got a ton of people. Awesome after hours classes. We're gonna be doing raffles, giveaways, all the kind of stuff. It's gonna be a good time. Oh yeah.
I say we need to do whatever we need to do to make that right there happen.
Battle now.
Sounds good to me.
But yeah, whatever it takes.
Teaching in heels and a dress.
If we have to hold him down, and dress him, I think that's what
Ben is also teaching at Mountain Readiness. Ben is there as well, teaching as an instructor.
Oh,
he is. Yep, he will be doing 3 classes. So we got a ton. We got a ton of classes. I don't know, like 80 plus classes. I don't know how many there is. There's a bunch.
Oh, geez.
Comment here.
He has to dance on a pole. There you go.
All right, Sue, your turn.
I don't know. We're setting ourselves up for failure because, last year we did the waterboarding, remember? And then
live waterboarding.
Live waterboarding.
Yeah, live waterboarding, and the Wi-Fi went out while I was being drowned. So
So we had to do it again.
Did it twice.
We did it
if
again.
at first you don't succeed.
Just so everybody knows, this week is my 10th anniversary. I've been married. Robbie and I have been married for 10 years on Friday. So all I got to say is if there's any other desperate women out there, I'm already taken. She was pretty desperate.
Well, congratulations for keeping one.
Yeah, I finally got one to put up with me for 10 years. So it's more her than me,
Yeah. The waterboarding, Mel went to waterboarding.
So all you young people out there and still single, you got to find one you just have to find a woman that'll put up with your crap, and you're good to go.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, that's about it.
Words of wisdom.
That's it. And we've got the illustrious Russell on camera tonight. He's finally back home in South Carolina. He's so happy to be there. Just look at him. You can see the joy on the man's face.
Man, I'm ready to get on the road now.
He got home, did not unpack his camper or take his side-by-side off the trailer because he's like, we're leaving soon. We're not wasting no time here. Like
right back out.
Pretty much.
And happy anniversary to all the people over here talking about theirs. But big happy anniversary to you, Sue. And Russ, you got anything you want to leave everybody with tonight? I mean, you're not always in here.
I think we have about 5 Daltons left to sell, and then we'll be pressing on with future ventures.
Off to another one.
Yep, off to another. No, I got some interesting merchandise that we're going to be promoting at Mountain Readiness, and you had to go to Mountain Readiness to find out what they are.
Yeah. If you want to know, you've got to go.
So is Brush Beater. He's bringing in a bunch of new stuff that he's released.
Well,
that he is.
Thank God Trump paused these tariffs. I got to call him tomorrow and talk to him because I talked to him this morning, and those tariffs would have put him out of business. It would have ruined it. And fortunately, and I said I think someone's going to flinch, and apparently Trump put a pause on it. I guess I didn't hear the whole thing a minute ago, but I hope he does because while those tariffs would destroy China's economy, which wouldn't be hard. I mean, they're a fucking glass house in a rock field. Their economy's in bad shape. It'll also have profound impacts on ours, and I don't want to see guys like Matt lose his business and everything he's worked so hard to create over something that goddamn stupid. So I hope they, settle that crap.
Agreed.
Anyway, Jax, thanks for being here tonight.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Always fun to have you on. And of course, T, Sue, love seeing you guys. And Sue, if you want to talk about that, I know you left me a message and I completely forgot because my memory's about that long. But I'll holler at you tomorrow, because we're moving.
You said that last week, right?
Well, I drove to Miami today and back.
I'll remind him.
To buy a $7,000.
You're not the first boyfriend that lied to me. That's okay.
Well, if you believe it, it's all on you if you believe that shit. So 90-day pause on everyone else, ramped up more on China. Fuck, that's not good. Anyway, China's supposed to be 120 plus. Whew, I hope they come down because that's gonna hurt my boy.
Yeah, over 100%.
He was feeling that this morning.
I was texting him this morning about because I was like, "What's this going to do to them thermals?" And he said, "Oh, it's going to go up." I'm like, "I'm going to have to get one." It looks like.
I'll tell you what, guys. Right now, if you're looking for thermal or optics, any kind of optic radios,
better get it now.
Better buy it right fucking now, because when the inventory that Matt has on the shelf is sold off, he's going to be rebuying under the tariffs if he can even do it. He may not even be able to buy it because he's not willing to go into debt to do this, and I don't blame him. He's a smart guy, but that's the kind of people that this is going to hurt. It ain't going to hurt Walmart or Target or nobody like that. It's going to hurt genuinely good men and women out there too with companies like our boy Brush Peter. So let's hope this cooler heads prevail and this stuff goes away. But that's all I got for you guys this week. Next week we will have Patreon on Tuesday night at 8 o'clock, and then of course Wednesday 8 o'clock be the podcast again. And
with Franklin Horton,
with the illustrious Franklin Horton, my favorite hillbilly in the whole world. I love that guy because he and I kind of got started right about the same time. I was 1 year ahead of him in starting, and then but when we met, first time we met, I was like, oh yeah, this guy's all right. He's a good dude. So, till next week, guys, you know the drill. Be good at it. And if you can't be good at it, be deadly. Make them pay.
Burn it.